I want to talk to you today about family offices. Or when is a family office actually a family office? Or how do you build up just a high-performing family office? Maybe that is just a question what you confront in your family as a family member, or maybe you as a family officer. And it is a very critical question because there are so many opinions around family offices. What is a family office? Why you should have a family office and stuff like that. We have seen over the last couple of years the number of the family offices doubled, quadrupled. And maybe it will be also in the next 5 and 10 years doubled and quadrupled. What does it mean actually? The family office, what you maybe have, staying in hard competition. Maybe you recognize is today that it's not so easy as it was for 5 or 10 years to select and have access to the best investment opportunities. That's number one. Number two, the family officer itself should be evolve. Why should this role evolve? Because we are in a very fast changing world, and it is necessary that you as a patriarch or matriarch, or you as a rising gen sitting on the table and take over the leadership, that you have a co-CEO in your family office that oversee and maybe see also some of these black swans, what is waiting around the corner. And what I mean by black swan, it is not only what is waiting on the financial side, on the investment side, but also what is waiting actually in the qualitative capital side. The question arises in many, many discussions, how can the family office itself improve the life of its beneficiaries? And the beneficiaries actually are the family. And is the family office handling and serving the family members as clients? That is a very interesting question. And the reality speaks in another language. Why I want to bring this topic in front of you. The family office itself, what we see today, isn't just a family office. In most cases, it isn't just a family office. To be honest, to be transparent, it is an investment office. And maybe the family itself is just a byproduct of this. The main focus of the family office is to growing the money. Nothing wrong on this, to be honest and to be clear. But the term itself calls family office. Otherwise, you can call it just an investment bureau or an investment office or a private equity fund or stuff like that. The question is, why do you have a family office? That is a very important question. And maybe you have confronted us in many, many discussions, or one of your advisors came across with this question and say, why do you have this quite expensive vehicle? Is it just for your lifestyle? What is actually the task for the family office? And I will give you just some ideas. In my view, the family office itself is responsible, yes, to manage the financial capital assets. That's the primarily focus or the primarily task of the family office. But in the future, and the future is going very fast on the way, is just to also to be responsible to manage the qualitative capital assets. That's the family. What I mean by this is, for the family, a learning curriculum implemented in the family office. How serve the family office just even better the improvement of the skills of the family, not only in financial literacy, but also what kind of skills need each family member. And once again, it is a client, not the family member, right? It is what we have seen in the past in many, many cases, that the communication from the family office or from the family officer is just in the direction, yeah, that's the father, that's the patriarch, that's the matriarch, that's the son, that's the daughter, that's the grandparents, stuff like that. Stop it. If you are really serious as a family officer, and vice versa, if you are very serious with your family office, serve the family as your client, as a beneficiary. And your main task and your main responsibility as a family office, as a family officer, is the question: how do you can enhance the lives of your beneficiaries, of the family? And by and large, it isn't only financial capital improvements. It is the entire life of your beneficiaries. And vice versa, from the family in the direction to the family office. Raise the question, especially what I see through many discussions in the second and third generation, because that's the generation they come in the responsibility to from this investment office in pure family office. That the family office, what I mentioned previously, is serving the family. Yes, in many cases, there's a very important question in front if you start this process. The question is, what is the family office standing for? Why we have this, to be honest, quite expensive vehicle? Do we have this quite expensive vehicle that we can organize our travel, our properties? Or is it just that the family office itself is just enhancing our life as a family? The questions will be others. Also, what about the fragmentation? And what I mean by fragmentation is, maybe you know as better as me. You have a lot of advisors, coaches, concierge services, lawyers, tax accountants, estate planners, family business advisors, you name it. You have a lot of them. Through these many advisors, and I won't blame these work. I guess you have picked up very exceptional advisors. But what about a fragmentation? The fragmentation is that each of them are working in silos. To be honest, what is the answer to address these critical and crucial elements of fragmentation? Because fragmentation, by and large, is also a main component that you as a family are stuck. And one main solution can be, okay, how do you become unstuck? Is just, how do you solve this fragmentation? Is there someone to connect all the dots, to break down these silos, to break down this silo working? Maybe that could be in responsibility in the family office to oversee that the work what the advisor is doing is aligned with your strategy and with your vision. The question is, do you have a strategy and a vision? But think about for a moment about the fragmentation. And the fragmentation, what I see and recognize, is increasing. It's not decreasing. The lot of complexity what brings through these fragmentation in front of you. Once again, it could be one main task for the family office to make your life, in regards to enhance your life as a beneficiary of your own family office, make it very, even just simpler, not complex. We as humans, we hate complexity. That's not new. But that's the reality. The reality is just that you face an increasing complexity. And the complexity should be solved maybe through a system, family operating system. I've talked about this in one of my previous videos, but also address the fragmentation. So coming back to the point, I want to encourage and to empower you, especially if you are and I hate the word succession. I call it just transition. Yes, you see this in many publications. The authors or the society talks about succession. No, it's in transition, because succession in the words itself is just there's ending something. No, there is nothing ending something. It's just a transition. Ask yourself, how do you can come to a conclusion that you decide in your family that you want to have a pure family office? Describe the pathway, maybe in collaboration with the family officer. The question is he able and have he or she strategic thinking skills to support you as a family, to think around the corner, to create a pathway on the transition itself from a pure investment office. Once again, nothing wrong on this. If you are in a generation one, it's primarily focused to preserve and to growing the capital. But the next evolution stage is stage number 2. If you're in the US and maybe also in Asia or Australia, New Zealand, in many cases, if the G2 and G3 come through the door, I mean, the family office is just the office of the trustees. The question is the same: is the trustee enhance the life of his beneficiaries? In the third stage, what I've called it, then it's just a transition to a very, very, very focused family office. And it is also very great to don't be illusional to use the term family office and you don't have a family office. Be honest and be clear that you have an investment office. Once again, nothing wrong on this, but please consider, if you want to have a family office, you raise other questions also in the direction of your family officer. Coming back to the point, I want to encourage and to empower you to go on this transition from the investment office to a pure family office, to preserve your family. If you preserve your family, by and large, you preserve your capital. You grow your capital, because if your family is just proper educated, and it's the main distinguished component today and also in the future, the main differentiator between your family and others, do you have a higher degree on skills as a family? Do you connect more cohesiveness with more cohesiveness because on the matter that you have better skills at others? Ask yourself, on a very simple example, if you are only focused on the financial capital, do you have the right skills in your family to negotiate the best deals that you can have? The answer is on your side. So, once again, I want to encourage and to empower you. Think around the corner, sit down with your family officer and decide that you want to have a pure family office within financial function, financial managed function. But the main focus should be on the family. Help your entire family, also yourself, to become just a better version of yourself, the better version of your family itself, because that you can be just a beacon, a lighthouse for others, that you can change the term from legacy to lineage impact. The family as a lineage and the impact over generations. And go on the trap to say, yeah, I want to grow my legacy. Listen, the legacy in my interpretation is an ego box. Yes, there is a little bit inside what we want to achieve, maybe in the future. But by and large, it is just from the founder, from the creator, and there's a lot of ego and selfish things in there. But it is just in a discussion for another episode. Maybe that video will be helpful for you, and I would be more than happy if you can support me on this journey, because my mission is just to build up a new league of sovereign families. Because your success can be failed or can be given back from you, but your sovereignty will be last. And it is more stronger, as we have seen over the last couple of years. So that is my mission, to help especially the new generation to build a new league of sovereign family for lineage impact, to change something, whatever it is, over generations, not through legacy, through a lineage impact. And I don't talk about impact investing. I talk about impact. I talk also about, in regards of this new league of sovereign families, about relevance, significance, and positive influence. Ask yourself, do you stay through your family office? That's an easy question, I would say. Do you stay through your family office significant and relevant over the next couple of years? The question is on you. Maybe, once again, that kind of inspiration is helpful for you. It would be my pleasure. And if you want to support me, please hit this subscribe button, and I would be more than happy to bring more knowledge in front of you. For now, be great.